Hi. Okay, so we are going to show you how to make armor. We're making kid-size chest plates for Mandalorian because it's scrap-size pieces. Anyway, so we've already pre-cut 6mm and 3mm Sintra, just to show you guys the difference between them. There's a difference, and it's
by 3
hard
millimeters.
to tell. By 3mm. But in like the techniques and how to use them is what I mean. So, oh fuck, you can't really see. Alright, I cut 2 lines right here and right here because this needs to come out for where the diamond goes. You can try and get that out with bandsaw.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can cut it out with a bandsaw, which is what I did here, but trying to get in here kind of sucks. So we are going to... What?
It's a jigsaw, bandsaw, there's multiple ways.
Whatever you have available to you, in other words. But we're going to use just a regular box cutter straight razor to cut the straight line. The difference between cutting the 6mm and the 3mm is the 3mm is hella easier to cut, and 6mm will take you a long ass time. So, oh yeah, and just for warning, this video is going to be really long, so if you got shit to do today, then you should probably save this and watch it later. Anyway, so.
We'll play it in the background.
Or play in the background, yeah. Just make sure you go slow with this, because if you fuck up, you fuck up hard. And I'm just pressing as hard as I can into the center, and it's still not going to really do much, so. Doesn't cut like butter, that's for sure. I'm putting on that.
I don't know what I do. You prepared?
Right? He lost his blade. Also, when you guys are cutting out your shit on your bandsaw or whatever, make sure you wear safety glasses because it fucking sucks getting center in your eye. Woo! I did it. Okay, so I cut about halfway through, and after a while it gets brittle, so you can just break it, and this is what happens. And now it's good. Yeah.
There's ups and downs to it. There's the ups is that you don't have to sit there and slice through it multiple times, and then
yeah, to cut something out like this.
The down part to it is you're going to leave. It's not going to be the cleanest line.
Yeah, I'm not sure if my webcam is going to pick this up.
Well, sometimes it'll leave extra material, and you can take that away.
Yeah.
Sometimes
yeah, right here
you
can see it. There's this little line. You can see how far I cut down, and then there's this little itty bitty line of like jacked up, broken part. So what you do is you take your sandpaper, and I have a few different grits, and you're gonna want to sand the entire thing anyway, all the edges, because sharp edges are never fun on anything. But sanding sucks, so I'm not gonna sit here and sand this whole fucking thing for you. So that's generally the gist of how to cut out your chest armor. Like I said, we used a kid-size pattern, which is this size. You could be a very small female. Very small female. I don't know where the giant pattern is, but he's cutting up the 3mm. It takes a lot less effort to cut the 3mm. What, did you screw up?
No. As you say, it takes a lot less effort. I'm rolling my eyes. I'm like, I cannot grab onto this. I'm having an issue right now. Don't mind me in the background.
Sad part is he is.
For some reason, this is not giving.
Okay, while he's cutting out the diamond spot for that 3mm, I'm going to show you what else you guys need besides your straight razor for doing the detailing work. I'm sorry if I'm coming off my face, but I'm trying to get everything shot. Anyway, a pencil. This one's red because trying to draw on black with a regular pencil isn't always fun. What are you doing?
This is going to make too much noise.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of warm in here. We're in Arizona and it's 11, so it's already starting to get like 85, 90 degrees, just hot.
Hot boxes.
Hot box.
Yeah.
So anyway, we use a metal sheet thing.
Which is a metal store. Got a circular disc. It's something like $10 or something like that. But it is the best surface in the world to use. You can heat it up, doesn't burn, obviously it doesn't melt anything. It
And we use it for other things too.
Yeah, and I do other things on top of it. It's a nice surface to pound rivets and things like that on. Anyways.
So what we're going to do is we're going to heat this up. I have a female mannequin that has really tiny boobies for the really tiny plates to show you how to make the female armor. When you're heating up the Sintra, especially the 6 mil, it's going to take longer because there's more plastic to heat up and you have to get it pliable. So to have a heated surface already, like this, or some people stick it in the oven, but you have to make sure you put it on something before you put it in the oven so it doesn't like warp between the grates or whatever you call it. Anyway, so we're going to heat this up and then heat this up simultaneously and then mold it. One thing you're going to make sure you want is heat resistant gloves. These things will save your life. You won't burn your fingers. What else can you use if you don't have the gloves?
Regular gloves, leather gloves.
Garden gloves.
Yeah, garden gloves. You don't want to use anything with a pattern or a rubber grip or anything like that.
Anything that'll melt.
You will, one, you'll stick to it, or you'll leave the pattern in the Sintra if the Sintra gets too hot / pliable.
Well, these gloves will too.
It will.
These are.
But it's such a minute, and it's
Yeah.
an even pattern. I'm talking about something with like a rubber grip. Like there's some gloves that have rubber grips, and you're
like
sitting there.
Balls.
Yeah, it has like a thumb grip, and if you're pressing on it, all of a sudden you've got your thumb grip inside your Sintra. You're like, oh great.
Yeah.
Avoid that is what I'm saying. This is a different.
There's a line.
This is a different pattern.
Yeah, but still, if you press too hard, you will leave. It's a little like cable knit almost pattern. You will leave it in the center if you press too hard. Just so be wary of how heavy you're pressing. And then I think that's it. And your heat gun. We use, I don't even know what brand this is. I don't think it really matters. You can get heat guns at like Harbor Freight or Lowe's or Home Depot or any place, and they're not really expensive. Same thing with the gloves. You can get them pretty much anywhere. But suit up. And like I said, this video is probably going to be like 20 minutes long. But who cares? Because we're cute.
It's really warm in here.
Yeah, it's fucking hot. And it's going to get hotter because it sucks. There's 2 settings, low and high. Make sure you put it on the high and don't be dumb. Yeah, watch out for your cords. Don't melt it. We do it all the time. And make sure you don't get your heat gun too close to your Sintra because it will melt it and it'll bubble and look burnt and gross and not good.
Constantly keep it moving. Don't have it sitting over it or you're going to screw it up.
Yeah. I really hope you guys can hear us talking.
And if you want, you can always test it out with a couple of the scraps that you cut your pieces from, obviously.
Yeah. Especially if you've never done it before.
Yeah, well, just melt the stuff. Try it.
Ooh, it stinks.
Burn it. Yeah, don't inhale directly over it. Try and do it in a ventilated room on like a third joint or some reason.
Yeah, we have the door closed in here in this tiny ass little room.
The light's gonna mess it up.
Okay.
But now we're getting a glove.
Probably cereal and shit. So we just opened the door because it's so hot in here. He's all worried about the glow.
Anyway.
Nobody cares, it's a webcam! Just keep testing it to see if it's pliable yet. And like I said, the 6 mil will take a lot longer because it's thicker.
And usually, and then the surface that you're working on, warm it up, or as you're doing it, you're going to warm it up. You're just going to keep flipping your Sintra in order to make sure that you're not just cooking one side, and that as you're flipping it, you're testing the pliability, how well that it's starting to flex, and so forth and so on. So
yeah, I'm not sure if you can see it. Every time I flip it, it gets concave, and so then it'll flatten out as you heat the other side. And see how pliable it's getting?
Yeah, starting to go, and then go. So you can keep heating it up, and now, just for an example, I can take this off. I can take this off right now, and I can start. You don't have to use this. You can right now. Okay. I can bend it.
Yeah, careful, this will be hot.
I can bend this.
Okay.
And whatnot. No, hold on. For an example, if you don't like the shape that you've now bent it into, you're like, oh crap, that's not supposed to be right. And then it gets hard. And it stays this way. You just put it back down on your surface.
This is fun. Look at it go. Yeah, and if you get it to the spot that you want, shape-wise, and you want to make sure it stays that way and it's taking a while for it to harden, just use a cold rag or drop it in a bucket of water. That's usually what we do, and it'll set the Sintra. It'll set the Sintra. It'll harden it. Yeah. Okay.
Put it back on your lip.
Sorry. Do it on the other boob.
Oh, other boob.
Okay. Alright, there we go.
So, to shape it to a boob,
I'm falling off my chair.
I'm sorry. You're gonna literally cup it. I hope that people can see this. You're gonna get that form, you're gonna press it down.
Make sure you get all the sides and underneath.
And try and encompass and hold this thing flat, because little sides are gonna want to pop up. You're gonna want to keep your hands moving because you don't want to leave a finger indent or an imprint. You're gonna always want to make sure that it's straight up and down
make
as well.
sure your armor, is lined up correctly.
We're probably gonna have to redo this.
Well, probably, but this is only an example. This is an actual armor. But yeah, so you just want to make sure your armor is exactly where it should be. And because if you were to put this on the boob, I hate this goddamn webcam. If you were to put this on the boob at an angle that it's not supposed to be at, you're kind of fucked. Yeah. So then this is what it ends up looking like, which is nice. If you're one of the girls like me who isn't necessarily into having basketball boob plates, like there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want. I like a little less curve. Or if you have a big chest, you have to have the larger cups. I don't have an example of it, but a lot of girls use clamshell mannequins. Do you still have that set? I should have asked that before we started this video. You can buy clamshell mannequins, like what they use in lingerie stores, or like any kind of retailer. They're hollow. They're about 3 mil, so they're thinner. You can add shit to them, whatever. But yeah, so you can do that route and then just cut the pieces out of it, and then you already have the shape, and then all you need to do is clean up the edges. If it has a nipple on it, which a lot of clamshells do, you need to sand off that nipple, put a little Bondo over it, sand the Bondo, make sure it's nice and smooth, because Mandalorian women don't have nipple armor. Yeah. So this is a 3 mil.
Notice it just took no time whatsoever.
Yeah, now it's already, yeah. We'll do this from the side this time so you guys can see, like...
I'm going to do a different application, actually. So if you're making, like, normal armor...
Like men's armor.
For a guy.
Make sure you still have to do this, because having flat fucking plates does not look good.
You want to heat it up. It's got to bend a certain way, because men have, well, everybody has a chest. I know it sounds weird and all.
No, it doesn't. Especially if you're a bigger person, or if you have...
That was me sarcastic.
Oh. Either way, whatever.
So, but with men armor, we have a curve here on our boob, and so it also curves here, kind of down.
Where your ribcage is.
When this thing is flat, which it's not obviously anymore, but when it is flat, this part, this wing right here that I'm holding onto here, will actually like go straight on your body and look like crap. So you really have to bend this in. You have to give that this angle. You make it form to your body.
Right.
And I realize this is a tiny little body armor, but notice it
sits on his rib cage.
Cupping, yeah. The under boob is really where this piece goes. And I realize that it's bigger, but you know, when in reality it's supposed to be like right about here. But again, it's supposed to curve, and that's the point of this. Is now you've taken what was a flat piece. I'm gonna try and not get a reflection. My black gloves here. Excuse me, what was a flat piece. Now imagine my chest behind this, and you have it's curved to fit the chest, and then you have this bottom wing part, and that curves to cup underneath your chest. Anybody, big guys, small guys, it has to be. You can't just put a flat plate on your body. It's just not how it works. This part right here has to curve because, well, again, you have a round chest. This part curves, this part curves. And you have to make sure that that happens, and then it doesn't bend traditionally. You know, it's not straight lines. It is the curve. The way to do this is to get it heated, have a shirt on, and then have a buddy press it to your chest and form it to your chest, and then line it up. And you start with the collar, then you go to chest plates, which are these, and then the belly plate to line everything up. And again, it applies to different armor, whatever you're using. That's just not just Mandalorian armor.
Yeah. We definitely do not recommend using Warbler for Mandalorian armor because, well, it's a lot more effort, and well, you saw our tutorial that we did on the Warbler versus Sintra, and this is why, because once this is done, like this shit ain't gonna bend now.
Warbler is 1 millimeter thick.
Yeah.
This green stuff right here is 3 millimeters thick. This is 6 mil. Anna's had her armor sitting out in the sun for a day and a half now.
For almost 2 days.
In Arizona heat.
It
might be in the 90s. It doesn't matter in Arizona. In Arizona sun, out there directly, it's 135 degrees.
Yeah.
I can go out there right now with my flucometer laser pointer thermometer thingy, and it'll probably be like 160 on her armor, and it hasn't flattened back out. So I've been worried about it, but it was just going to be one of those things. Well, that was a test.
It also has like 6 or 7 layers of paint on it that it's going to hold part of it in place. So it has things, and I'm sure like Warbler will do the same thing, but the body heat plus Arizona heat just would not work for it. I don't really see making full body armor.
If you put a design on this, if
you
using
Warbler, that would be so neat.
Do something extra. Use the Warbler. But you're going to have to coat it with something. You're going to have to coat it with whatever the hodgepodge or whatever, and then be able to sand it down. Whereas this, you don't have to coat it with anything to sand it down.
Once you're done sanding the edges on this, you're pretty much good to primer.
Yeah, you primer paint, done.
Yeah, you're done.
With the Warbler, you've shaped it, you have to apply something to it, several layers.
Yeah.
Then sand that, then you do your primer and blah 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 blah. So,
yeah.
Application-wise, making armor, I say Sintra. Metal.
Metal takes a lot more though.
The foam, the new foam. What is this stuff called?
ABS?
No. This is like ABS.
That flooring
shit. Eva foam or whatever the heck it is. They're making new armor out of.
Like it's what everybody's making their.
That stuff is cool.
N7
Make armor out of that, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, it's like floor matting.
You can't make Mandalorian armor out of that, which is why this is the best stuff to do it out of.
Or Rubbermaids. Rubbermaids are the other thing that you can use.
Really
just make sure the Rubbermaids aren't the ones that have like the indentations and all the shit all over it, because you'll never get anything viable out of it.
You're not going to straighten that out.
Yeah.
People use buckets and stuff like that too.
Yeah. And then for like things like gauntlets, like these are my gauntlets, and I just made these. It's 6 millimeter Sintra. The inside, I mean, you can't really see marks because it's all.
As you can tell, it's the same thickness.
Yeah. It's 6 mil Sintra. I put a little foam in here. All these are little plastic greaves. Like you can make a lot of things out of Sintra. Some people for gauntlets use PVC pipe or Gatorade bottles and Bondo. Have people use solo cups? People use solo cups.
What was that?
I don't know. Dropping shit. This is Talon armor.
The front crotch armor.
Yeah, this is the crotch armor where all the little dangly things. And these were all molded on my body. Like, this is the 6 mil Sintra, and this just sits on, I think,
hand plate.
This is my left one.
Bicep. Left.
My bicep. Armor. Well, it's kind of lower, but. What's funny about this too is we took pictures for tutorial. We have a panel at Phoenix Comic-Con for general armor making, Sintra using. So if you guys are in Arizona and you want to see more, you can hit us up at our panel. It's Thursday at 10:30?
Yes. Thursday
at 10:30. I'll link all the information on my Facebook page about what rooms and everything. We have a mold making panel. 227A. There we go. But that is right after our mold making. Well, his mold making panel. He's doing one with Reynolds Advanced Plastics.
Yeah, Advanced
Materials. Whatever it was.
Reynolds Advanced Materials.
I had a brain fart. Anyway, so there's that. Reynolds. Used to be Ball. Whatever. Anyway, so the funny thing about this, though, is we had to mark left and right because I'm right-handed, so my skinny little arm is bigger on my right side than on my left side because I use my right arm more, and you actually see the difference. Like, wait. Yeah. There's a significant difference. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway. Yeah, that's how you use Sintra. You can do all sorts of cool stuff with it. Little patterns. If you have any questions on where to get patterns for Mandalorian armor, or you can draft your own if you want to.
Search the mark boards.
Search the mark boards, yeah. I'll post all sorts of links to, yeah. all armor planning. There's all sorts of threads on there on how to build shit. So I will link all that stuff in the description of the video, and he's ridiculously proud of this. It is not a probe droid. It is a Doctor Who Cyberman earpiece that he made too large and turned it into a frag grenade. What are you doing?
It's a probe droid.
So funny. Yeah, it's actually a half piece. Where's the finished one? Right there, it's in the pink thing. This is what we salvaged from a really unfortunate size issue. This was, like I said, it was a Cyberman earpiece, but we found out the Cyberman earpieces are like the size of a silver dollar.
Sorry. You know, we're done with the tutorial. That's all. So.
Yeah, we're all being stupid now. Anyway, so I said the video is gonna be 25 minutes. It's 21:03 right now. Look. Oh, look at shit. Anyway, yeah, that's the kind of shit he does. So I'll link TNXBCreations and the merch boards and everything, and the panel information. So thank you everybody for watching. I hope this was sort of informational, so you all stop sending me the same fucking message over and over again. Bye.